Okay, I'm Cory Morgan coming from the Western Standard booth at the Firearms Show at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex here in Calgary. It's been a great event, just jam-packed with thousands of people, lots of firearms, lots of people exercising their rights. And I've only seen the one and only Conservative Party of Canada candidate, though. Joseph Bourgault has shown up, and he's here enjoying firearms and firearm rights today, are you?
Yeah, it's a great show. This is the first time I've been to this one in Alberta. I'm a firearms owner myself. I have a restricted license. I grew up with firearms, and in general, I'm very supportive of property rights and gun ownership. And I'm, pretty much 100% opposed to the Liberal Order in Council trying to restrict 1,500 categories of firearms. We don't need more controls on firearms. In my lifetime, I've not observed any problems with firearms owners. All the problems appear to be it's about the people who own the firearms. If the criminals get a hold of them, that's really the problem. And I feel that that's where the focus needs to be on, preventing firearms from getting in the hands of people who have criminal intent.
Well, that's it. I mean, the criminal intent, the firearms, the criminals aren't here today. They're getting them smuggled across the border. They're getting them from robbing people's homes, things such as that. They're not coming to a firearms show to get these things.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right. And as I'm, walking about, speaking to people, you hear that over and over again. It's the problem isn't firearms owners. The problem is that we have to have laws. And that's why we have police, to go after people that are committing crimes, whether robbery or more serious crimes with firearms. And that's where our federal government focus needs to be, not on hassling and restricting firearms for legal, qualified gun owners who have taken past the record checks and who have the gun safety training. Let's stop hassling our gun owners in this country. It's a huge industry, over $12 billion, employing over 30,000 people. So why are our governments hassling gun owners?
Absolutely. So, it's clear what you would like to do and what you'd like to see the Conservative Party of Canada do in rolling back Trudeau's ridiculous recategorization of firearms, the chasing of law-abiding firearm owners. What could we implement, though, to prevent future governments? That's what I worry about. You get one government does one thing, the next government comes in and rolls it all back. Are there ways we can entrench some rights?
Well, I think Alberta does a better job than any other province. It's all about education. If we're educated from the time we're young children through the schools and through like the Alberta Firearms Training Group there, the more educated people are to understand their rights, that's obviously the best protections. We have laws. We have the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and yet it's being trampled on by this Liberal NDP coalition. So just having laws doesn't protect us, although I wouldn't have any problem with strengthening the laws in the country. The property ownership rights would be one, and I think guns, firearms are that's a property rights issue, and so which belongs with the provinces. And so if we could get legislation through at the federal level recognizing that would be another way to entrench the rights of property owners, firearms owners. So that would be some of the thoughts that I would have about that. But obviously the only way we're going to protect our country from having our rights, our God-given rights and freedoms taken away, is by educating our public, making sure that our children are being educated and adults are being educated, that governments do not have a right to take away our God-given rights and freedoms as they have been doing. So it ultimately boils down to Canadians electing honest, truth-seeking politicians who are going to stand up for your rights and freedoms, and that's why I got into the race. I know I'm not on the public stage until I got into this race, so I'm not well known, but I'm an honest, truth-seeking, principled, fiscal and social conservative, and that's why I'm in this race. I'm tired of seeing incompetent and immoral, corrupt politicians running our country.
Well, I'm as tired as you are, absolutely. So I appreciate you coming out here today. I mean, as I said, we're not seeing any Conservative candidates out today. It's unfortunate. I mean, this is a great day when people are exercising their rights and getting out and enjoying firearms responsibly, as most of us do. So I appreciate your standing up for that. Where can we find more information about yourself and your campaign?
You can go to my website, www.josephbourgault.ca, and under there you can read the vision, the core values and principles, and the policies that I stand for. And in general, as far as gun ownership goes, I'm supportive of it because I grew up with it. And so I want to see our government stop hassling our gun owners. I think it's a property right. And so I'm supportive of the gun owners throughout the country.
Great. Well, thanks for coming out and talking to us today, and we'll be watching the campaign develop with interest.
Okay. Thank you very much, Cory. Thank you.